1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
In baseball, there are two major leagues known as the National League and the American League. Both leagues have several different divisions. The Houston Astros have belonged to the National League for nearly 50 years. Just last week, the Houston Astros was a topic for all sports media. The reason behind this was that the Major League clubs had approved the sale of the Houston Astros from Drayton McLane to the ownership group led by Jim Crane. This is according to myfoxhouston.com. The change of ownership of the Houston Astros will bring many changes, but let's look more into the deal. Drayton McLane has been the owner of the Houston Astros for nearly 19 years. McLane is one of MLB's longer-term owners, having purchased the Astros back in 1992. He is one of the few sole owners remaining in Major League Baseball, according to Houston.astros.mlb.com, but this all will have changed. Back in 1992, McLane bought the Astros for around $117 million. His ownership has produced 6 postseason berths, the club's first National League pennant, and a ballpark that is among the finest in the sports industry. He has also made many contributions that have impacted the communities of Houston and throughout his home state of Texas, according to myfoxhouston.com. McLane said he was diverting himself from the franchise for estate reasons. In a statement, he said, "We all have abrupt changes. I knew when both of my sons graduated from high school and went off to college that my life was going to change dramatically, and this has changed my life dramatically. During the seasons, I would go to around 70 to 80 games at home and some on the road. I will continue to watch the Houston Astros on TV. Now that McLane is leaving the Houston Astros behind, let's spread the deal on the table and let's get a better understanding." Calling it a historical day for Major League Baseball, Commissioner Bud announced on Thursday that outgoing owner Drayton McLane has sold the Astros to a group headed by Houston businessman Jim Crane for $610 million. The transfer of ownership of the Houston Astros officially closed yesterday, according to myfoxhouston.com. As part of the Astros agreement to switch leagues, the sale price was cut from $680 million to $610 million. As expected, the Astros will move from the National League Central Division to the American League West Division, effective 2013, and MLB will add 2 more wild-card teams to the playoffs mix and 1 game play and perhaps as early as next season, according to MLB.com. The switch means that we will play against teams like the Texas Rangers, Boston Red Sox, Los Angeles Angels, and even the New York Yankees. Yes, the New York Yankees. With the Houston Astros changing owners and leagues, some fans hope this will bring a winning team, while the switch feels like an end of the era for many others, according to myfoxhouston.com. Now that we understand the deal, let's look into the new owner of the Houston Astros. In September, Jim Crane expressed frustration at how long it was taking Major League Baseball to approve the sale, which was announced on May 16, and noted that there would be a November 30 deadline. The sale had been placed on the agenda for vote in August and then was removed. Crane founded a Houston-based logistic company back in 2009. He is chairman and chief executive of Crane Capital, a private equity fund company. 2 years ago, he was attempting to buy the Chicago Cubs, and just last year he was trying to buy the Texas Rangers, according to FoxNews.com. Crane explained, "This feels very good. I've been trying to buy a team for a long time. For those that know me, I am from Missouri. We're kind of stubborn in Missouri. I played for the Mules, and we had to stick with it. I think we have got it right this time. Everyone is very happy. I want to thank Drayden for all the help he has done in making this transition. He was a big part of getting this over the finish line. Again, this is a statement from Jim Crane, the new owner of the Houston Astros. Now that there's new ownership and league changes, what will the fans say? Kennedy from MyFox Houston stated, professional baseball has been in Houston since 1888. We've played pure baseball. Now all of a sudden, hey, wait a minute. You're going to have to change. And unfortunately, it's all because of a business deal. Again, this is from Kennedy from MyFoxHouston.com. Other fans are more optimistic. It's a good move for the Astros. I believe American League is better competition and it's better for baseball. This is according to John Burns from MyFoxHouston.com. Fred Hernandez said, you're measured by your opponents as well. So if you could generate new rivalries with some good pro baseball, then it's better for us. Kennedy, though, also believes it will take years for the Astros to build new rivalries. He is not sure that we will ever be a contender again. Obviously, we now understand that there's a change in ownership and it will bring many changes. Let's look into the deal one more time. The ownership led by McLean had been transferred to the new ownership head by businessman Jim Crane for $610 million. Starting in 2013, we will see the Houston Astros joining the American League. Like it or not, the deal is done. The Houston Astros will play this final season in the National League in 2012 and move on to the American League West in 2013. We will still have the Astros National League memories, but the argument will have subsided, and the game will have to continue. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
Will they be changing their uniform?
The new owners could do whatever they want with the team, and most likely, yes, they will change their uniforms now that they're going from the National League to the American League. Another question?
Yes. Will they change their players?
The new owner of the Houston Astros, once again, he could do whatever he wants with his team. If he wants to change the players, he could do that, but you got to make sure that these players are not under a contract. You can't let somebody go while they're on a contract. One more question.
The new owner, will he be the sole owner, or does he have investors?
The new owner of the Houston Astros is not a sole owner. He does have several investors in this deal. Thank you.